This is English Module 4, one of the two modules for week 4. So write your name before we begin. So quarter 3, Module 4, we have the title Spot the Actor. So Module 4, Spot the Actor, Children's engagement with stories is an important focus of oral language development. It is important that learners learn to look at how each character is described in the story. So, hindi na lang ito sa pagbabasa, sa pagbabasa, pakikinig, and then uh, reading silently or reading aloud the stories, and we have also to look into the details. For this module 4, we are after the characters in the story. So the learning targets, it's from Milk. Listen to short stories and poems, and then note important details pertaining to character. Okay, vocabulary builder, directions, read the words. So this is printed in black and white. So you just refer to the pictures shown to you here. So read the words in the box, connect each word with each picture. So we have here words, stump, summer, character, huge, frosting. So among these 5 words, from the 5 words in under vocabulary builder are used in a sentence, and then we have to connect it with the pictures that is related to it, so that it will be clear to you what this word mean using the pictures and using context clues. When we say context clues, it is used in a sentence so that it will be further be understood what these words mean. Okay, so we have here 4 pictures. So take a look at the pictures, and then which is the vocabulary words on your right. So it is used in a sentence, and then we have to connect them to the correct picture. Okay, the first word is stump. The tree stump was left after they cut the tree. So we can look for clues so that the word stump will be clear to us or will be understood. Okay, which do you think is the picture related to it? So stump. Next one, summer. Summer is my favorite time to go to the beach. Okay, so we can also make use of some clues there so that we can understand what summer is. So yan. And then next, character. Little Red Riding Hood is a good story character. Okay, which do you think is the picture that we can relate to the word character? So take note also of the word clue. Next, huge. Huge. The mouse is tiny, but the elephant is huge. Next, frosting. The frosting on the cupcake is sweet. So after you connect them with the pictures, let's now proceed with warming up. So let's have a little review. Words are everywhere. We can read them, hear them, and use them. These are words related to self, family, school, and community. So if you can remember, we made use of words na that talks about words that talk about the self, the words that talk about the family, or everything yung family members. So this can be related to family. School, we also listed down some words related, or some objects, things related to school. And then with regard to community, if you can remember, we also have different places found in the community. So these are the words that we can relate to self, family, school, and community. So let's just skip this part. Ito, list 5 words related to yourself, family, school, and community. Let's skip this part. Okay, let's now move on to this activity, directions. Draw the character being described in the story. So even if this is in a poem format, poem form, so still we can identify, we can find the character and then how we perceive or how we understood the character here should be illustrated in the box. So, paano mo naintindihan kung sino ba ang character doon? Yung bida, the who, it can be a person or it can be an animal. So, however we understood based on this story, so we can illustrate the character in the box. So, I'll read it aloud. Joy plays Dress Up by Remy Joyce A. Vinyas. Joy likes to play dress up. Joy puts on her wings. Joy waves her wand. Joy flies. Joy smiles. Joy loves to play pretend. I repeat. Joy plays dress up. Joy likes to play dress up. Joy puts on her wings. Joy waves her wand. Joy flies. Joy smiles. Joy loves to play pretend. So, dress up, yung gusto nagko-costume. So, we have here the character si Joy. So, only one character for this poem. So, how can we describe joy? So, you have to draw it here. So, mas maganda sana you include whole body na illustration so that you can clearly describe si Joy loving dress up. So, sana makita din doon how he likes dress up. So, based on what was mentioned here, so, puts on her wings, waves her wand, Joy flies, Joy smiles. So, may mga clues na doon how you will describe Joy as the character. Okay, so, ano ko lang ha. So, if you wish to draw, kasi this will require draw, let's start avoiding drawing sticks. So, paano ba? So, from your, kasi some are trying to draw now na hindi na sticks. So, congratulations. Nag-ano na din kung nag-explore something different, another way of drawing. So, how can you make your drawing? So, from stick, paano ba yon magiging maganda? So, wait mo na. So, instead of sticks, try to make parang hindi na parang buto. So, gawin na yung arms na parang rectangle, mahabang rectangle, hindi na lang isang line. So, the body, para hindi na stick, lagyan naman ng damit. So that you can describe properly joy. Okay, learning about it. When you read a story, think about how the words and pictures work together. So, yung words from the poem and then yung pictures naman how you will describe joy. Both can tell you about the story's main character. The main character is the most important person, so pwede siyang tao, animal, pwede rin animal, or thing in a story. For example, Peter Pan and Snow White are the main characters in their stories. So, meron din yung mga story na we call it as a fable wherein the animals are the main characters. So, pwede yon. Also, yung thing naman, we can also, halimbawa doon sa Beauty and the Beast, may mga characters doon that are objects. So, pwede yon. Yung sa Toy Story, so yung mga characters doon are all toys. So, the main characters can be person, animal, or things. So, yan. So, keeping you in practice, let's begin with practice task 1. So, directions. All the short sentences below have at least one character. Circle the letter of the character or characters in the sentence. Okay, so number one, the dog chased a cat into a hole. So this is a sentence and also at the same time a story. So the dog chased a cat into a hole. Which do you think is the character or characters? A, dog; B, cat; C, hole; D, into. So if you think there are more than one characters, then you have to encircle two or more. So it might require two or more answers. Number two, as the rain fell, Joe's mother closed the window. Who do you think is the character? A, rain; B, Joe; C, mother; D, window. As the rain fell, Joe's mother closed the window. A, rain; B, Joe; C, mother; D, window. Number three, since Ava was not home, Lucia went to watch the game alone. So you need to understand the story. Since Ava was not home, Lucia went to watch the game alone. A, Ava; B, home; C, Lucia; D, game. Okay. I'll, So, ito, ignore na lang page 8 because I was not able to include page 8. Okay, next, practice task 2, directions. Listen to the story, name, and encircle the picture that matches the main character. So, the story is in the box, ayan, and then there are 2 items for each story. Okay, the fire was almost out, but that was okay. It was a warm night. Thousands of stars glowed in the wide black sky. Justin yawned. He didn't mind sleeping in his cowboy boots. They were so old and worn. They felt like slippers on his feet. Okay, I repeat. The fire was almost out, but that was okay. It was a warm night. Thousands of stars glowed in the wide black sky. Justin yawned. He didn't mind sleeping in his cowboy boots. They were so old and worn. They felt like slippers on his feet. Okay, number one, who is the main character? Okay, sino ba yung bida doon sa story na yon? So, write it down. So, follow the 3 lines, yung parang blue, red, blue. And then number 2, which picture best matches the main character? So, who do you think is, ano kaya doon ang proper illustration or proper drawing if you are asked to draw the character? So, is it this one, the first picture, second picture, or the third picture? So, encircle. Okay, only one answer. Okay, next story. The tree house was a great place to hide. 2 trees held it high off the ground, and no one could follow you inside if you pulled up the rope ladder. As Karen climbed the ladder, she looked down at her white dress. It was covered in blue paint. She had to clean up this mess before her mom found out. I repeat. The treehouse was a great place to hide. 2 trees held it high off the ground, and no one could follow you inside if you pulled up the rope ladder. As Karen climbed the ladder, she looked down at her white dress. It was covered in blue paint. She had to clean up this mess before her mom found out. Okay, number 3, who is the main character? Sino ba yun doon ang nabanggit? And then number 4, which picture best matches the main character? So, if you understand what the story is about, which do you think is the best picture, best illustration? First, second, or third picture? Encircle it. Okay, if you're done, let's proceed with practice task 3. Directions, listen to the story, think about who the story is mostly about, draw him or her. Okay. It was only 2 days until Kathy's birthday. Kathy and her mom were in the kitchen. Kathy's mom asked her what kind of birthday cake she would like to have. She thought for a long time. Some of her friends liked strawberry cake. Others liked chocolate cake. Kathy wanted everyone to like her birthday cake. So, sino ba dun ang pinakabida? Who do you think is the main character? So, you have to illustrate or draw him or her. Teacher, can I make parang mukha na lang? Kasi the box won't fit the whole body, you may do so. And if you'd like to add mga other objects that would identify the character, oh, siya nga pala yung main character doon. So, you can also do so. So, don't forget, try to avoid drawing sticks na ano, kasi parang pupunta na tayo on realism. Okay, next, cooling down, directions. All the short sentences below have at least one character. Circle the letter of the character or characters in the sentence. So, some sentences might require more than one answers. Okay, number 1, Karen ran past the trees to the house. Who is the main character? A, Karen, B, trees, C, house, D, past. Karen ran past the trees to the house. A, Karen, B, trees, C, house, D, past. Number 2, later that night, the owl left its nest. Who is the main character? A, night, B, owl, C, nest, D, later. Later that night, the owl left its nest. A, night, B, owl, C, nest, D, later. Number 3, Susan and John played in the sand on the beach. A, Susan, B, John, C, sand, D, beach. Susan and John played in the sand on the beach. A, Susan, B, John, C, sand, D, beach. Number 4, the boy told his friend a secret. A, boy, B, friend, C, secret, D, told. So, character or characters. The boy told his friend a secret. A, boy, B, friend, C, secret, D, told. Number 5, the dish ran away with the spoon. A, dish, B, away, C, spoon, D, with. The dish ran away with the spoon. A, dish, B, away, C, spoon, D, with. If you're done, let's proceed with page 6, Learning Challenge. Directions. Listen to the story. Think about who the story is mostly about. So, write your answer. Dito na lang. So, anyway, we have here questions below. So, Bunny and Crow live in the forest. Bunny has soft white fur and long floppy ears. She lives in a nice little house under a rock. She likes to hop through the bushes. She likes to visit her animal friends, but she always wondered what the world outside the forest was like. Crow has shiny black feathers. His house is a nice nest at the top of a tree. He likes to fly high above the forest. He likes to fly over the rivers and towns outside the forest. Okay, I repeat. Bunny and Crow live in the forest. Bunny has a soft white fur and long floppy ears. She lives in a nice little house under a rock. She likes to hop through the bushes. She likes to visit her animal friends, but she always wondered what the world outside the forest was like. Crow has a shiny black feathers. Crow has shiny black feathers. His house is a nice nest at the top of a tree. He likes to fly high above the forest. He likes to fly over rivers and towns outside the forest. Okay. Who is the story mostly about? A, Bunny's house. B, Bunny and Crow. C, bear. D, black feathers. So how are you going to answer this? You may encircle or just put a blank after the question where you will write the letter. Number 2, draw the characters in the story. So draw them. So don't forget to color so that how it was described will be properly seen in your drawing. Okay, let's now have the next story. Sammy is a funny little monkey. He lives in a zoo. He likes to eat bananas and play in the treetops. There are lots of other little monkeys in the monkey yard. They like to play on the rope swings and chase each other around. Okay, I repeat. Sammy is a funny little monkey. He lives in a zoo. He likes to eat bananas and play in the treetops. There are lots of other little monkeys in the monkey yard. They like to play on the rope swings and chase each other around. So if you have understood the story, let's proceed to question. Number 3, who is the story mostly about? A. Sammy, B. Swing, C. Yard, D. Bananas. Either you encircle the letter or you provide put a blank where you will write the letter. Who is the story mostly about? A. Sammy, B. Swing, C. Yard, D. Bananas. And then number 4, draw the character in the story. If you find it hard to draw, try to look into, pwedeng kayo sa YouTube or sa Google. Try to look for parang clip art na lang so that it will be easy for you to draw it. So, draw the character. Okay. And also don't forget to color your drawing. Next story. Carla loves to color. It is one of her favorite things to do. She would color all day long if she could. When it was almost time to start kindergarten, Carla got a brand new box of crayons. She took the new crayon box to her room. There are so many colors. She found one of her coloring books and opened the new box of crayons for the first time. Okay, I repeat. Carla loves to color. It is one of her favorite things to do. She would color all day long if she could. When it was almost time to start kindergarten, Carla got a brand new box of crayons. She took the new crayon box to her room. There are so many colors. She found one of her coloring books and opened the new box of crayons for the first time. Okay, if it's clear to you now, let's proceed with the questions. Who is the story mostly about? A. Colors, B. Box, C. Carla, D. Books. Again, if you'd like to encircle the letter or write the letter after the question. Who is the story mostly about? A. Colors, B. Box, C. Carla, D. Books. And number 6, I think the box for your drawing is too small. So, pwede naman, you can use this part. May space naman. So, draw the characters in the story. Do you think there's only one or more than one character? So that you can take a look at the story again, read it again, or i-replay the part where I read to you the story. So, draw the characters, a character in the story. Teacher, pwede bang tabihan ko siya ng something na yung hilig niya so that I can describe properly the characters? So, pwede. So, that's it. You're finished with English Module 4 about characters in the story. Listen to. Good day.